Hello, my name is Representative Pam Powers Hanley, and I represent LD9 in Tucson in the Arizona House. Well, today is February 25th, and I just wanted to make a comment about how the votes are going this year. This has been crossover week, so we've had lots of debate, lots of bills going through. There's even Democratic bills that are going through. My bill on landlord fee transparency passed out of the House this week. We also have child care subsidies that have passed on a bipartisan vote. We've had some good education bills that have passed on a bipartisan vote. We've had some bills that have died on a bipartisan vote. And what's really fascinating is that you might remember that in the last 2 years, I was complaining quite a bit that the Republicans were gaming the schedules and gaming the bills in order to make sure that they always had their 31 votes sitting in their chairs and ready to vote how they were told to vote. So everything was very controlled. There was lots of party line votes. There were just a tiny fraction of Democratic bills that were even heard. And those were the more sort of feel-good bills, right? Nothing controversial at all. And so what's interesting is that, after the 2020 election, there were quite a few new Republicans who were elected. Some of them beat incumbents in the primary. At least one of them did. Representative Chaplick beat Representative Lawrence. But what we're finding is that they are not following the speaker. And so you might remember there was like an uproar during the interim. They were trying to oust Speaker Bowers because he was too liberal. Are you kidding me? I can speak for his street cred on not being a liberal. So anyway, things are really different this year. This is my 5th year and I've never seen anything like it. We passed several bills out of the House this week that had 10 to 18 Republicans voting no. That would have never happened. That would have not gotten to the floor in the past. And you know why those bills are getting to the floor? Because they need us. They need the Democratic votes. The Libertarians on one side, when they're voting against tax giveaways and they're voting against big government, they need the progressives to vote against tax giveaways with them. But then on the corporate side, the corporate Republicans and the corporate Democrats also need each other. And so you're seeing an odd mix of bedfellows going on, and I think it's actually kind of fun. We just had a handful of party line votes. Now, the voter suppression bills and some of those other things, those are going to be party line votes. But some of these other bills that we've got going on, it's going to be really interesting to see. Again, I never saw this before, where a bill would get to the floor and be heard and not be backed by Speaker Bowers, and in fact have him vote no, and have many Republicans vote no, but have it still pass. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. Several Democratic bills passed this week and are headed over to the Senate. We'll see what their fate is, and we'll see what happens with the rest of the session. But anyway, I think it's kind of fun that we don't necessarily know what's going to happen, that it's not as predictable, that everybody is not in their places and voting the same. And I think that is a good thing. So stay tuned. See you next week.